This here is the statue of Kupe, his wife and the tohunga who came with him on his discovery of Aotearoa a long time before Captain Cook and Abel Tasman, I gotta tell you. Kia ora.
Hey mate.
So let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go have a look at this memorial to William Wakefield. Do you know much about him?
Not much, to be honest.
Nah, neither, and I don't think lots of people do.
No.
Must be an outstanding citizen in our eyes if we're going to hold him to such high esteem in this great here place.
What a role model.
I know.
I just find it remarkable that, you know, we're so comfortable with talking about his personal failings, like the fact that he was a criminal, the fact that he was a settler, but the only reference to stealing Māori land is, on arrival, he negotiated a much disputed purchase of Wellington from local Māori.
Yeah.
Like, we're just not comfortable at all with confronting
Yeah.
the reality of it.
Kia ora, ko Safari Hines tōku ingoa, kei te whenua o te Wairarapa, tātou inaenei, kei taku tētahi o waku marae, ko Pāpawai, ko taku tupuna, ko Ngātiwere, ko taku maunga, ko Tararua, ko taku waka, ko Tākitemu, ko taku iwi, ko Ngāti Kahungunu, ko Rangitānea no Hoki, ko Ngāti Kahukura Whitia, taku hapu noko nei.
Hi, my name's Peter McKenzie. I come from just over on the south coast, so Houghton Bay and Wellington, which is beautiful and stormy and amazing, so very proud. My mum's side comes from the back blocks of Canterbury, and I think before that we came over from Aussie. There's all sorts of crazy stories about some however many greats, granddad stealing a beehive to get exiled to Australia deliberately, so some crazy stuff like that.
I'm 18 years old and I'm a student at Victoria University studying law in Te Reo. What do I do besides that? I try and involve myself in as many kaupapa that aim to advance the well-being of our people as much as possible. I mean the Māori people that have been disadvantaged due to progressive colonial policies throughout successive governments, yes.
I'm a law, politics and Mandarin student at Victoria University. I work part-time freelance as a journalist, and in addition to that I do a little bit of work around town for government, so I work over at Parliament as a glorified water boy.
I think about a month ago I had really nothing to do, so I decided I'd write an open letter to the Mayor talking about the lack of recognition for Māori narratives in the form of statues. So, yeah, naturally. So I had a look and there were 110 memorial sculptures in Wellington and 10 of them are anchored in whakaaro Māori, which I personally think isn't good enough.
Yeah.
He responded saying it's in their Te Reo Māori policy called Te Tauihu, and my response was that that's nice, but Te Reo Māori is more than just the tauihu, it's the whole canoe, and so hopefully one day we get the recognition for Māori narratives across the board, considering we've got about 500 years more history here than Pākehā. Yeah, good old Queen Victoria's statue.
It doesn't look very well.
Nah, I mean, I wouldn't too if I'd colonised probably about a third of the world, killed off sort of lots of cultures and stolen lots of land off people either. I'd have a pretty guilty conscience if I was here.
It'd be a pretty rough life.
The argument I had for Queen Victoria's statue was, okay, it's really cool if you're going to memorialise her, but why don't, you know, for example, here you put a statue of the first Māori king, you know?
100%.
You know, it's...
100%.
And there's nothing wrong with that. You've got a green space, you've got a memorial to someone who never set foot on here, never did anything here.
Or even just like, not even like the green space, like we've just walked past like 4 car lots.
Yeah.
That's a shit ton of concrete space that you could just use for so much better stuff.
This marae, in its time, it was quite a bastion point for Māoridom and provided a platform for Māori to come together and to be one, to stand against colonial pressures. Ko tēnei whakamaharatanga ki tētahi o ngā tūpuna o te iwi o te rohe nei, nā ko tōna ingoa ko Hamuera Tamahau Mahu Puku. No ngā marae maha o te rohe nei ia, o he tangata whakaaro nui, he mata ki te, he hohoro ki te whakahau, he tere ki te mahi i ana I whakahau ai. O tira, koe nā pia te pūtake o waku kōrero e mea ana, he aha e kore ai tātou e whakamana hia, e whakamana, e whakarangatira nei I wēnei momo tīpuna ki waho ki wā tātou, tāoni ki wā tātou tiriti, ki ngā wāhi e whakaingoatia ana e tātou.
So this way is John Street down here, and then I suppose back that way is Wallace. So John Howard Wallace was an ancestor of mine on my mum's side, and he came over to New Zealand on one of the first ships, I think the first ship to land in Wellington, the Aurora. And he was just a business person around Wellington, and clearly a successful one. They named these 2 streets and one just down that way all after him. So it's weird, it's a whole part of town that's just got this remnant of him. I find it really weird, but it's interesting, it's fascinating. New Zealand's racial wealth gap at the moment is about $93,000. So the average white family has $93,000 more wealth. So whether that's they own their house or they have a car or they don't have bad debts than the average Māori family. And that's entirely because, you know, 150 years ago, 200 years ago, colonizers came and appropriated 95% of Māori land, right? It's directly traceable. As a white man, I benefit from that ongoing legacy of colonization and settler colonialism. And because I benefit, I have an obligation to do something about it. So.
This here is the statue of Kupe, his wife and the tohunga who came with him on his discovery of Aotearoa a long time before Captain Cook and Abel Tasman, I gotta tell you.
I mean, like, throughout this whole walk, I've been thinking that, you know, the inequity in how Māori history is represented through statues is obviously terrible. But I mean, I just think that statues themselves are a terrible way of telling our history. Like, it has to be a living concept. I mean, it ties back into that oral history that Māori culture is so focused on, right? Like, the only way is to build up these layers.
Talking about recognising Māori narratives, I think they need to be left to Māori to determine who to recognise and how to recognise. I think the opportunity needs to be given to Māori, and that Pākehā, especially government, doesn't actually have a place. They really just need to step back and say, you know, we'll give you all the resources to do that. We're not asking for the Crown to steal land, we're not asking for their people to be oppressed and the English language to be taken away, we're just asking for them to be open to learning, and that's not a difficult or hard thing to ask. Because it is just this whole idea of Māori narratives and the lack of recognition and the unequal recognition that it's being given at the moment. And that's the thing, all we're asking for is equal recognition.
Yeah.
It's just equality. It's nothing more than Pākehā, it's just equality.